Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today, I want to talk about a topic that is so important for all of us understanding ourselves better, especially when it comes to our interactions with boys. Let's face it, sometimes it can be really hard to navigate relationships with boys. Maybe you're struggling to communicate effectively, or you find yourself getting frustrated with their behavior. But the good news is that there are some simple steps you can take to help you better understand yourself and the boys in your life. So, without further ado, let's dive into my top 10 tips for interacting with boys and understanding yourself better. Tip number 1. Take time for self-reflection. This is all about getting to know yourself on a deeper level. Think about what makes you happy, what your goals are, and what you need in a relationship. Tip number 2. Communicate clearly. Don't be afraid to speak up and let boys know what you need and want from them. It's okay to ask for what you want. Tip number 3. Practice active listening. This means really focusing on what the other person is saying and trying to understand their perspective. Tip number 4. Don't make assumptions. It's important to avoid jumping to conclusions about what boys are thinking or feeling. Instead, ask them directly. Tip number 5. Set boundaries. Knowing your limits and communicating them clearly is key to healthy relationships. Tip number 6. Learn to compromise. Relationships are all about give and take. Be willing to meet boys halfway and find solutions that work for both of you. Tip number 7. Focus on building trust. Trust is the foundation of any strong relationship. Be honest and dependable, and expect the same in return. Tip number 8. Be mindful of your own biases. We all have our own preconceived notions about people, but it's important to recognize and challenge them. Tip number 9. Take responsibility for your own emotions. It's not fair to blame boys for how you're feeling. Instead, focus on what you can do to manage your own emotions. Tip number 10. Practice self-care. Finally, make sure you're taking care of yourself. When you're feeling good, you're more likely to make good choices and have healthy relationships. So there you have it, my top 10 tips for understanding yourself better and interacting with boys in a positive way. Remember, relationships take work, but with a little effort and self-awareness, you can build meaningful connections with the boys in your life. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.